Happy Monday, folks. It's Cam from the Santa Sells Houses team. Today, I'm out here in Melbourne celebrating a successful sale for some wonderful clients of ours. We wish them all the best. It was a great deal that we put together for them, and we're very happy that we were able to work with a local realtor here in London to get this put together for them. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market from last week as well as last month, because we're hearing a lot of stuff in the news cycle these days about what's going on in the real estate market, and people are a little nervous, kind of confused as to what's going on. So we want to shed a little bit of light on that, okay? So last week we had 285 new listings, 140 sold listings, and 44 conditionally sold listings. So kind of lopsided, but not atypical for what we saw all of last month, okay? The monthly statistics paint a very clear picture about what's going on in the real estate market in London and the surrounding area. Last month alone, 1,375 new listings coming to market. That is a high for a 1 month total across all of the previous 10 years. No month in the previous 10 years has beat that total for May of 2022, 1,375. Now, it's interesting when you compare that to the number of sold listings in London for the month of May, which was a 10-year low. 618 sold listings, which is less than half of the number of new listings that we saw, which puts us in a very odd place with the sales to new listings ratio. And that's a statistic that I like to give a gauge of how hot the market is. For every 100 listings, how many of them sold? Last month, we had less than 50%, which is the first time that we've seen that again in the last 10 years, okay? And when I say that was the 10-year low for the month of May, that excludes 2020, which was the height of COVID, and we really didn't see much happening in the real estate market because everyone was a little nervous, to say the least. So that kind of shows you that discrepancy there from new listings to sold listings can kind of tell you a little bit about what's happening in the market as a whole, okay? Another statistic that I want to really highlight because it shows just how far we've come from earlier this year. At the end of the month of May, there were 1,099 active listings, which is 3 times as many as we saw in the month of March earlier this year, and 5 times as many as we saw in the month of February. Wild. How things have changed. The market is not nearly as tight. If you're a buyer, you've got a ton of opportunity out there, all right? Now, we know that interest rates are playing a bit of a role as far as buyer demand right now. Stay tuned for a little bit later this week. We're going to talk some more about interest rates and where we think the market is going because of that. So that is your Monday market update. Quick snapshot from the month that was, as well as the previous week. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one.